Alrighty guys, what is going on? Titanium Biscuits here, and welcome back to another best class setup video. Today, as you can see here before you, we're going to be rocking the Famas. Now the Famas, it's flown underneath a lot of people's radar, like not very many people use it. I hardly ever see it in a match. The only time I do see it is like in shipment when people are trying to get it gold so they can get on their Damascus grind. And if that's you, hopefully this video helps you out, because this is going to be the best class setup you're going to need to help you get those camos. But if you just want to use a gun that no one's using that's surprisingly really good, then you're going to want to check out this Famas class setup. So the Famas is my secret saucy pleasure. I don't know if people just don't like using a burst gun or what, but this thing is freaking amazing. It's a really high risk, high reward kind of gun. You gotta be super accurate, and if you're really good with it, it's really rewarding, but it's not very forgiving if you mess up. So you gotta be an above average skilled player to use this gun and to actually do well with it, because if you're not, you're gonna find yourself getting frustrated and not performing too well. If you miss one bullet, it's going to take another burst. If you missed a second bullet, it's going to take another burst. So it can potentially take 3 bursts to kill one person. Now it has the power to kill someone in one burst, and if you do that, you know, they on their screen they just run around the corner and get absolutely shredded. And they're going to be looking at the kill cam thinking, what is this guy doing? He freaking just melted me. But then there's going to be those cases where you're in a gunfight and you shoot someone with 2 bursts and then they still kill you because you're missing bullets. And this happens to me all the time. But when the gun's on and your fingers are freaking on fire that day and you're just popping off doing real well, the gun is on. So without further ado, let's get into the attachments you're going to need for this gun. So we're going to start off with an odd one today. I don't usually run reflex sights or any kind of sights on my gun because to me it takes up an extra slot that I could be using on something else to benefit my gun. I can just learn to use the iron sights. I'm pretty good with the iron sights. I don't mind using them. Like, yeah, the sight makes you a little more accurate, but if you can just learn to use the iron sights on your gun, it usually is a lot better because that frees up an extra attachment for you to use. But on the Famas, I gotta recommend a sight, man. The iron sights are just not that good, and with a gun like this, you want to be super accurate, so having that super nice precision little dot is gonna help you out a lot. Because with this gun, you're always going to be one aimed in. You're not going to be able to hip fire. You will get lucky and hip fire people sometimes, but most of the time, you're going to want to be coming around corners, already aimed down sights. You don't want to be running around a corner and having to pull up on somebody because you're going to be missing bursts that way. So you want to pick a sight that you're comfortable with. I usually go with the operator reflex sight, which is the top one here, or the GI mini reflex. Next up, we're going to go with the stippled grip tape. This is going to help us aim down sights a little quicker and our sprint to fire speed. So with this gun, you're gonna want to already be aiming down sights, so this is just gonna help us get to that position. And if we happen to run into somebody around a corner and we're not already aiming, this attachment will hopefully help us get our gun up and get the first bullet into them in one burst them, hopefully. That's the idea. Same thing with the stock. We got the aim down sight speed stock, the FSS tac wrap. This again just helps us aim down sights quicker. This gun is an aim down sights gun. You don't want to be, it's not a sub. You can't run around corners hip firing and aiming in at the same time. It just doesn't work. You're gonna miss a lot of bursts and it's gonna suck, man. If you want to use this gun, I can't stress it enough. I've said it a bunch already and I'm just repeating myself, I feel like, but I just gotta stress it. If you want to be good with this gun, you have to aim down sights all the time. Every time you come around a corner, aim down sights. Whether you think someone's there or not, aim down sights. If they're there, you're gonna 1 burst, maybe 2 burst them. Now if you run around the corner and you're not aimed down sights, your hip fire is gonna miss. The first bit of your burst when you are aiming down sights gonna miss. It's gonna take 3 or 4 bursts and they're gonna be using an automatic gun and they're gonna melt you. This is a longer range assault rifle anyways. This assault rifle can beat out a lot of weapons at long range. So we're gonna go with the monolithic suppressor because it helps with our damage range, and this is just an attachment you need to run on every gun. It just makes it all around a better weapon. And finally, for the underbarrel, I wasn't actually planning on running an underbarrel because I was like, it's a burst gun, right? It doesn't have any recoil hardly. But I was wrong. I tried it with no foregrip and it kicks kind of a lot. Like, you won't be able to use it at long ranges without a grip. It only kicks while the bullets are coming out and for each burst, and the kick is pretty high. So at longer ranges, it's basically unusable without a foregrip. So we're going to go with the Merc foregrip, the best foregrip in the game. That'll help with our hip fire. We might get some lucky hip fires now, and this Merc foregrip makes it a laser beam. There's no recoil, so now you can use it at long ranges as well. And there you have it, folks. There is the Famas build. This is the best class setup for the Famas. I didn't go with the barrel because I'm not going to go with one of the aim down sight speed barrels that messes with our bullet velocity. We don't want to do that. And we didn't go with the sniper barrel because it makes our aim down sight speed even slower. And the range that it gives you, yes, it gives you a lot of range. It helps you with your recoil control, but like, you're most of the time, unless you're playing Warzone or shooting really far on ground war, you're not going to need that super long range that it gives you here. The Famas base is just fine. Hope you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully you can use the Famas. If it was a mystery to you, hopefully now you understand it. Because when I first started using it, it was a mystery, man. It was tough to use. It's really frustrating to use if you don't use it right. But once you start using it with these attachments, you start pre-aiming every corner and running around the corner, already aimed up, you got your sight right on their body, and you're one bursting people, you're gonna see the true power of the Famas. If you did enjoy the video, a rating is always appreciated. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one.